Hello, come in. Come and sit down. I've been waiting for you. So grab a seat and welcome to my first fireside chat on my writer's retreat. So have some wine, I've poured you a glass. Cheers. So, let's cover some questions that I've got from readers, and hopefully this may answer some of the questions you have of me. So we have Laura from Maryland asks, when is the next Ben Shaw book coming out? I've read all of them and I need my next fix of Ben. Well, the next Ben Shaw book will be Dark Justice, and that should be coming out early next year. But in the meantime, I'm bringing out a couple of what I call fast reads. They're short 10,000 word books. For all of you who have read any of the Ben Shaw series, you'll know that at the end of American Justice, we last see Ben hopping on a bus and he's being followed by this woman, this mysterious woman. And then it jumps ahead and goes into, I think, Hidden Justice, I believe. And we never actually see what happens. So he travels from Salt Lake City to Brooklyn, and I just left a gap in there. So what I'm doing in the Ben Shaw series is that I'm bringing in a set, probably 2 or 3 fast reads, 10,000 word books that cover that gap between Salt Lake City and when he arrives in Brooklyn at the start of Hidden Justice. So these are going to be very fast, very quick books. I'm calling them the Ben Shaw Road Trip series, which means that he's going to be on the road. He hops on a bus in Salt Lake City, and who knows wherever it takes him. It's going to be very fast, very quick, full of action, and they'll be coming out. The first one will be coming out hopefully by the end of June this year, and then 2 more before the end of the year. So that's where we're at with the Ben Shaw series. But the third book in the fast read should be coming out before Christmas as well, so there'll be 3. And then the next book, Dark Justice, will be early in 2022, so that's where we're at with that. Okay, Keith from Seattle asks, where do you get your ideas from? Thanks, Keith, for that question. So my ideas for writing, I don't know, they just come to me. I read a lot. To give you an idea, with Mill Point Road, for example, I was in Maryland driving around, and we got lost. My wife and I got lost in Maryland a couple of years back, and I came across this, we took a wrong turn along some back roads and got completely lost, and I came across this ridge. We rounded the corner and this ridge came up, and there were these houses, these 4 houses that were on top of this ridge. Mansions, and I said to my wife, I wonder what goes on up there behind closed doors. You know, I wonder these people that live in these gated communities. And I've always been fascinated by gated communities, the things that happen behind the gates. And that's how I got the idea for Mill Point Road. It just came to me, and I find that the best writing I do is with an idea that just comes to me. I'll be driving somewhere, I'll be on a plane, or I'll be just running or exercising, and an idea will just come to me. I don't force any ideas out. I don't try and look at what's being fashionable or so on. I think my best ideas, and one of my best ones was Mill Point Road. I just happened to be in a place, and you've always got a question. You've always got to say, okay, I'm in a cafe, I'm in a restaurant, I'm in a gas station, and you see something odd, interesting, different. And you can build a story from that. You see a person, you see an event, you see interaction between 2 people, and one and say, okay, maybe that woman's running with a bag full of money that she found on the side of the road, which was all other sins. I had that idea about a woman that finds a bag of money. She's in a loveless relationship. And that came to me because I was watching a woman one day, and she would take the banking every day to the bank from the business, and I thought, wouldn't it be interesting if she was in a loveless marriage and she wanted to flee her husband, would she be tempted to take the $1 million? But I just extended that further with Diane Miller, and I basically said that she found $1 million on the side of the road, what would she do? So my idea is to come from just observing people, watching people, and just looking at different things around me. Lee from Worcester in the UK wants to know, when will you be writing a book based in the UK? For all of you who know, I was in the UK for Christmas 2019, before everything changed. And I stayed in north of England in a great farmhouse, a great village town village. And I got inspiration to write a thriller book there. So I've still got ideas for that. So there will be there's a thriller book in the pipeline based in the UK. And hopefully that may come out in the next 12 or 18 months. And once again, to answer what Keith was asking, travel. If you travel, you observe things. I have no issue. I take down heaps of notes and I just put them away in a file and think, oh, that'll be a great book. That'll be a great idea for a thriller, or that'll be a great idea for a character. So I have a journal with me wherever I go, and no matter where I am, on a plane, in the back of a taxi in say in New York, or I'm on the underground or subway in New York, or the underground or the tube, I think they call it the tube in the UK, and I'm watching people, I'm getting ideas, and I just file them away for later. And I had a great idea for one while I was in, I had many ideas for the UK, so there will be a UK book coming out where I'm going to have a UK characters and a UK villain and a good protagonist. And then finally, Vanessa from Brisbane, Australia wants to know, what is the best piece of writing advice you can give to someone wanting to write their first book? I can only say from my point of view, and this is probably the best thing, don't write, I know it sounds crazy, but don't write what is currently on the bookshelves. Okay, don't go into a bookstore or onto a website and think, oh, I've got to write Girl on the Train thrillers, or I've got to write vampire thrillers, or I've got to write Regency fiction, historical fiction, because that's all fashionable. We went through that period of time where, if I saw another title of a book with woman in the window, or woman on the bus, or woman on the train, I think I was going to go crazy. Don't try and follow the market. Write something new. My advice would be, write what you read. If you like romantic fiction, then write romantic fiction. If you like Regency thrillers, then write Regency thrillers. If you like historical fiction, write because it's extremely hard to write something that you don't enjoy reading yourself, okay? Because you're simply following a fad, or you're following the market. If you don't like crime thrillers and you have never read a crime thriller or a domestic thriller or mystery suspense, or psychological thriller, then don't write them simply because you believe there's a commercial angle to them. You'll do better writing, what you love. So my advice is, go to your bookshelf. Is it Vanessa? Vanessa from Brisbane. Go and look at your bookshelf. At all the books that you've read and that you've purchased over the last 12 months, and you'll see a pattern. Like, you may be a varied and wide reader, but you always, as a reader myself, and there's no doubt everyone who's watching this, you will tend to fall back to known authors and known genres. So look at what's on your bookshelf, look at what you've got out from the library, look at what's on your e-reader, and you'll see a pattern, of certain types of authors or certain genres of books. It's much easier to write in a genre that you love reading about. After a while, I do get sick of reading. I do read a lot of thrillers, but I'm very, very varied in what I read. I would read romantic books, which is odd for me, for a thriller writer, but I read anything from romantic to science fiction to thrillers to fantasy. I'll read the whole lot. But my own genre itself is thriller, psychological thrillers, domestic thrillers, serial killer thrillers, and I do read them, and I do watch a lot of the shows. I do watch a lot of TV shows, UK and US TV shows, and also I do love true crime TV shows. Some of the brilliant documentaries I've watched on the Suckley Strangler, or Son of Sam, or on Jeffrey Dahmer. I've watched, it's Ted Bundy. Some brilliant thrillers, domestic documentaries I've watched and I'm passionate about them. I find really them interesting. So write what you love watching, write what you love reading, and that's my best advice. So that's 4 questions I've answered this evening. So hopefully we'll get more questions from readers, and just shoot me anything on posting it on Facebook or Instagram, any questions you want to know during this time I'm in my writer's retreat. So wherever you are in the world, I hope you are staying safe, and I hope you are having a great time, and cheers.